Hello, everyone. Yes, I know my hair's crazy. I probably should have brushed it before this, at least attempted. But you know what? It's been hot. How are you guys doing? I was just sitting here meditating, going, I wonder how everyone's doing out there. Like, how are we really doing collectively? You know, are we being able to get through our own stuff? Are we able to just do anything at this point, right? And I think gratitude for me is the only reason why I'm not losing myself or losing my SHIT. You know, I mean, it's hard, especially if you believe everything, you know. I can't imagine being in that place because I think that would be really hard. So I want to just give a message of hang in there. You're okay. You know, choose the things that you want to be in your energy. Be grateful for even the smallest things. That's something that I've had to learn my whole entire life, and I'm sure that you have too, you know, and just be really, really grateful um, for what you do have. And I'm sure you are, you know, because when you lose the materialistic side of yourself, and you're growing in spirituality and just even truth, when these big truths hit people, they tend to shed things, you know, and that's that you're growing if you're able to have big truths and shed them and let them go after a while after processing. Some people get stuck in their processing situation. A lot of that's going on, you know. Um, and everybody's path is their path, but you have to also nurture your own path, and that's where I'm at. It's like, what do I want to be doing with my time right now? And right now, I really, really enjoy, going out and doing some work and, you know, working on my health, of course, always working on my health. I mean, I've gained a good amount of weight. So, I just eat once a day, but I eat a really good amount and I like to have a snack. So, everything in moderation, but I'm holding weight now and it's healthy weight. It's not unhealthy weight. So I'm really grateful for that. I don't know. I'm grateful that I'm have the opportunity to still learn, you know, and know when I'm wrong and know when I'm right and not do it from any ego perspective, just really do it from a place of I'm grateful of learning. And that's kind of what I'm settling into a lot of, because it's like with everything that's going on right now, that's why I was like, let's get 2025 over with at the beginning of the year. And, you can see the good and bad in everything if you want. I choose to try to find good, but I'm not gullible either. I know when I'm seeing good and I know when I'm not. And how I measure that through my perspective is mine. And yours might look different, but that's okay because it's part of your journey also is to grow. And I hope that more than anything for you that you're able to grow through this and know that your soul's probably already made a choice what it wants to do. You are who you are, and that till your last breath, as long as you learn something, that was probably the most important thing you were meant to do here was to keep learning, and not give up on learning and growing. Because really, that's the only reason why you would still want to be here, have experiences and do the things that you're supposed to do, and that's what I'm doing. And, it's not always easy, you don't always quite know, right? But if you just go dig a little deeper inside yourself, you'll know you're on the right path. And, you'll have your synchronicities and your confirmations and, your signs, whatever you want to call it. to guide you along the way, you know? So I hope this video is helpful for you. I mean, it's just crazy out there, but I'm grateful that I'm able to go out and work and, do so much more than I used to be able to do. I just dealing with just so many little things. And I think each one of these little things had so much of this life attached to it. Because you can tell, like, as your spirit heals, as you continue to learn, because that's what you do here, no matter who you are. That's why we have events happen and experiences happening all the time. Um, Once you heal those things in yourself, your body lets you know too. If it's meant to, right? I mean, we all have a choice in these bodies, but I'm really grateful to know that I'm not this body. I'm my soul, my spirit, and that that's what makes it so much easier sometimes to just know that alone. So remember that you are not the body. You definitely are not the body. You are your soul that's within you. But yeah, anyhow, just want to touch bases with you all and say much love and love to you and your family and your animals, and that I'm doing wonderful and I've gained weight and I just look so much better. I look like my old self and it feels good. It feels really good. But the healing process, it takes a lifetime. So you start healing one thing and then you'll heal another. And it keeps you busy and focused, on the creator inside you, right? And creator and brother Yeshua and angels and your family members that have passed, whatever connects you to your spirituality keeps you closer to that. Anyhow, much love, sending healing love and compassion and much, much gratitude to you and your families. Much love. Bye.